Financial wellness can be smooth sailing with Hug Your Money. Let's get your plan on board. Hug Your Debt. Before we jump in, here's what we'll cover. How your Hug plan actually works. What margin and error mean and why they matter. How to stay on track with your payments and how to adjust your plan when life changes. This is the foundation of your whole financial wellness journey. So even if you're familiar with some of this, we strongly recommend watching it through at least once. Feel free to pause the video anytime or revisit it later. Helpful examples are always here when you need them. Most or all of your current debts should already be listed. Things like credit cards, student loans, car loans, or your mortgage. If your mortgage is listed, make sure your escrow is separate from principal and interest, otherwise your timeline will be off. And if you need to revise or add something, just click Revise My Data. You're never alone in here. You don't need to memorize everything. Dr. Finwell is available 24/7 inside your portal, ready to answer your questions and guide you through next steps. And when you want to explore on your own, the member dashboard includes short practical videos on everything from should I lease or buy a car to what do I need to know before making a balance transfer or refinancing. The answers may surprise you because Hug looks at money differently through a wider lens than most. It doesn't just offer tips, it empowers you to make smarter choices and move forward with confidence. And if you ever need human help, the Hug team is here for that too. This isn't about restructuring your debt. The timeline you see here is not based on refinancing, consolidating, negotiating, or bankruptcy, which can harm credit. In fact, following the accelerated Hug plan can actually improve your credit. Every creditor still gets at least their required minimum payment, and since there are no middleman fees, your entire payment goes to work for you. As you follow your Hug plan, you'll build something we call margin. Margin is our most powerful tool to accelerate your plan. If you're already sending extra, Hug harnesses those dollars and highlights your margin for you automatically. Margin increases each time you pay off a debt. If extra payments aren't possible right now, don't worry. Your margin begins as soon as you pay off your first debt. Hug applies margin to the smartest priority debt, even if, shocker, it's a 0% loan. Just follow and trust the plan. It's proven and effective. Hug isn't based on simplistic strategies, like paying off the smallest balance or highest interest rate first. If it were, we wouldn't have earned a patent. That's why the results may not be what you expect or even feel too good to be true. But we promise this is the fastest, wisest, and most credit-savvy way to become 100% debt-free. HEIR, your Hug Effective Interest Rate, or AIR for short. This is your AIR. It shows what you're really paying in overall interest across all your debts following your personalized Hug plan. Why is it lower? Because Hug helps you pay off debt faster. The less time interest has to build, the less you pay. No negotiation, no payment programs, just pure payoff, faster than interest can grow. This is Hug doing the heavy lifting for you. You provide the input, we optimize the outcome. Setup step. We've been helping people just like you since 2008, and we've seen what works and what can get in the way. These simple steps will give your Hug plan the best chance for success. First, set up a dedicated checking account just for your debt payments, preferably with online banking and automatic bill pay enabled. This is where you'll send out all your monthly debt payments, including margin. Your regular living expenses should have a separate account. This helps keep your progress protected, even if life throws you a curveball. Each month, log into your portal to check your progress. Compare your portal to your creditor statements, see if your margin has changed, and if your margin has changed, update your bank payments accordingly. You'll receive monthly reminder emails, but most people like to check in more often to see their progress. Planning for future debt. Life happens and Hug was built to handle it. Thinking of buying a car? Taking on education expenses? Applying a large payment to a debt? You can preview the impact before you make your decision, so you know exactly what it will do to your timeline. It's a good idea to check your debt-to-income ratio too, so you can stay in control of what's affordable. Surprises are actually okay here, because here you can see them coming. Most people treat debt like a to-do list. Just pay what's due and move on, like jumping pieces in a game of checkers. But Hug sees your finances like a chessboard. It looks ahead, 5, 10, 20 moves or more, deciding which piece to move now so you win the whole game faster. It's not brute force, it's strategy. And the more complex your financial picture, the better Hug performs. So what seems like complexity becomes a strength, not a burden. What happens when you pay off a debt? Each time you pay something off, you're offered a choice of what to do with those payment dollars. If you allocate it to margin, Hug puts it to work immediately, and your plan accelerates on target. Don't be surprised if you add a debt and your timeline actually gets better. It's not magic. It's because when the new loan is paid off, it adds the payment to your margin, paying off subsequent debt even faster. Hug guides you all the way, but remember, this is about balance, and you are always in control. Before you move on, make sure you've reviewed your debts for accuracy and set your send and due dates. Hug applies your payments based on send dates. This may differ from when your creditor posts them, so always rely on your creditor's statements for accuracy. Once your debt setup is complete, your plan is in motion. Schedule your margin payment to your current priority debt and log in at least monthly to make sure your payments match the portal. That's it. With your debt plan active, you've triggered real momentum. Now that info flows directly into your budget and lifestyle and retirement modules. Let's keep that energy going with Hug Your Budget next. Hug Your Budget. Let's take the stress out of budgeting and turn your spending into a plan that works. Each Hug module can be used on its own or together. So whether you're starting here or in the debt or lifestyle module, the information you enter collectively helps power your entire financial plan. Whether it's avoiding overdraft surprises, increasing your savings, or planning for that well-deserved vacation, this is where you start to see what's possible. Before we dive in, let's talk briefly about what to expect. This isn't like budgeting apps you may have tried before. And remember, this is a judgment-free zone. Like every Hug module, your entries are confidential. Important, you are not creating a budget yet. You're simply tracking expenses and letting the model month emerge naturally. Hug Your Budget is a supportive, easy-to-use system designed to reflect your life. You don't have to build the perfect plan from day one. Just start where you are and track what's actually happening. The more detail you enter, the more insight you'll gain and the more control you'll take back. You can pause this video at any time and revisit as often as you'd like to review helpful examples. Even within a few days, you'll start to notice patterns, and that alone can change how you spend. This isn't about spreadsheets or perfection. Just open the portal periodically, enter what you've spent, and let Hug do the organizing for you. There's something satisfying about seeing your actual numbers click into place. You may even look forward to it. This is an important brick in your financial foundation. Bonus, every number you enter here helps power your debt and lifestyle plan too. To get the most accurate picture, we recommend going granular. That means tracking everything you spend for at least a month or two. You may even want to use this permanently as an organized record of your spending, and it's a lifesaver at tax time too. Start now. Just enter every dollar your household spends: groceries, takeout, gifts, pet supplies, the unexpected pharmacy run. You don't need to overthink it, you just need to track it. No shame, no judgment. Important: don't enter your debt payments here. You enter those in your debt module, and they're automatically factored in your Budget Results tab. Let's start with recurring expenses, the ones that are the same every month, like your cell phone bill, streaming subscriptions, rent, or insurance. These are simple to enter, and it helps streamline your data entry. You won't have to enter them again unless something changes. You can also enter historical data if you prefer. Most people have a general sense of what they earn, but not where it all goes. This is your chance to become more aware of your habits and confident in your decisions. Use the search tool or the drop-down menus to categorize your spending. Most categories are already included, but if you don't see what you need, you can create a custom category. Here's a tip. You can group similar items together, like all pet-related expenses, or keep them separate. It's totally up to you. The more detail you enter, the more insight you'll get. As you enter spending, HUG builds your model month, a smart benchmark month that reflects your typical monthly expenses based on up to 6 months of activity. It ignores $0 months to give you a more realistic average, and you can adjust your model month as necessary. The Results tab is where it all comes together. Here, you'll see your total monthly expenses from the Personal and Business tabs, debt from your Hug Your Debt module, your income, and how much is left, or where you may need to cut back. This is where you finally see your bottom line and where small adjustments can make a big difference. Can you afford to save more? Is that subscription a splurge or sustainable? Now you'll know. Every entry sharpens your picture. No judgment, just clarity to support choices that align with your life. Even if you only track for a few weeks, the insight you gain can last for years. But the more consistently you use it, the more control you'll gain. If you're self-employed or run a business, even part-time, we're helping you gain perspective about which personal versus business expenses would remain if you retired, scaled back, or sold your business. That insight is key to your lifestyle and retirement modeling later. Please note, this isn't about tax rules. It's about getting a clearer picture. You'll see which expenses are tied to work and which ones would disappear if the business stopped. Many self-employed people have commingled accounts, and separating entries here helps isolate expenses and offer valuable insight. You've got this. Your HUG budget doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to reflect your real life. The more you engage with it, the more obvious your decisions will become. Let HUG guide you, one day, one entry, one insight at a time. Budget? Check. Now it's time to zoom out and see what your future could actually look like, with factual numbers and multiple scenarios. Let's find some peace of mind about your goals next with Hug Your Lifestyle and Retirement. Let's talk about your future. Whether you're aiming for retirement, scaling back, or simply creating more freedom, this is where it starts to feel real. This is where that elusive answer to that burning question, is it actually possible, emerges. Welcome to Hug Your Lifestyle and Retirement, your personalized way to explore what if, trust your timing, and see on one page how close you are to making your dream a reality. You don't have to enter your entire financial life here, but the more accurate your inputs, the sharper your focus becomes. If you've already completed your debt or budget modules, you're ahead of the game, and your information has already been integrated here. If not, don't worry. You can still fill in the blanks and get powerful, instant results. This isn't just your typical retirement calculator. It's designed to give you a panoramic view of your financial life, one that ties together your debt, income, expenses, savings, and more. A landscape you can actually see over, so you can plan forward and act with purpose. Gray cells stay locked to protect accuracy. White cells are yours to adjust. Whether you use Hug alongside a financial advisor or on your own, having all your financial information organized in one place where you can make adjustments is empowering. Hug helps you turn someday into a practical strategy. You can dial in your number by adjusting margin, trimming expenses, or even increasing income from your assets. No sales pitch, just clarity, feedback, and options. What you see here is your personalized snapshot as of the forecasting date you choose, based on the income, debt plan progress, and budget information in your profile. When you're ready to explore possibilities, use the Add Scenario button. Build as many as you like to test ideas, shift your retirement date, or explore trade-offs in real time. This page is built to reflect your life and help you imagine what's next. Bottom line, the default view gives you a snapshot based on your actual current data. The Scenario tool empowers you to play with the future. This isn't a guarantee, but it is a meaningful, real-time snapshot grounded in your actual numbers, not based on hype or hopeful projections, what you're actually doing right now, and without overcomplicating things with hard-to-predict factors like taxes, inflation, or investment growth. By using net income and today's dollars, Hug keeps the focus on what you can control and gives you the power to test ideas, make adjustments, and stay ahead of surprises. Of course, you can account for these factors manually if you like. And whether you're working on your own, exploring your options, or with an advisor, Dr. Finwell and the Hug team are in your corner every step of the way. Real numbers, real choices, real life, modeled on your terms.